Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Ross here from Northern Nutrients today to provide a quick rundown on our Super S 75% elemental sulfur. Sulfur made easy. So let's get started. What is Super S? Super S is a low salt elemental fertilizer designed to be applied alone or as part of a spring blend. Super S is a combination of melted urea and elemental sulfur that is formulated using the Shell ThioGrow micronized sulfur technology, creating a product that contains 11% nitrogen and 75% sulfur in each granule. What separates Super S from traditional elemental sulfurs is the improved handling due to the urea-based granule and the quicker oxidization to plant-available sulfate form due to the micronized sulfur particle size. This gives growers the flexibility to use Super S in the spring and meet the crop's immediate needs for sulfur during that season. Here you can see in this video an example of the Super S in water together at the same time as sulfur bentonite, how quickly the Super S absorbs moisture and crumbles, releasing the sulfur particles. Here we have a quick couple videos showing what the Super S is like to handle. The Super S has a unique shape with a flat bottom that is somewhat similar to the split pea shape of other sulfur bentonite products, with the difference being that the Super S is generally larger and is very uniform. As mentioned earlier, the analysis of the Super S is 11% nitrogen and 75% elemental sulfur. The SGN is 300 with a bulk density of 62.5 pounds per cubic foot and a very low salt index of 17.8. This compares to some traditional sulfur products such as ammonium sulfate with a salt index of 68.3 and ATS liquid at 90.4. This gives you a good idea of the seed safety compared to other sulfate products in the marketplace. Also of note, the product has an excellent crust strength and abrasion characteristics, which make the product easier to handle than traditional elemental sulfurs in terms of dust created. Why should I use Super S? The Super S has many benefits compared to traditional elemental and sulfate salt fertilizers, making Super S an easy sulfur choice. As previously mentioned, the low salt index does provide an option to place the Super S in the seed row or sideband with the phosphate. Studies have shown that placing the S close to the P can increase the solubility and mobility of phosphate in calcareous soils. Due to the variable particle size of the Super S can provide enough sulfur for early uptake, but also ensure that S is available later in the season during maximum uptake for crops such as canola. The high S content helps to reduce the number of fills per day with 3 times the S content as ammonium sulfate, saving the grower time and money. The flexibility of Super S is a key feature. Super S can be applied alone or in blends in the seed row, sideband, mid-row band, or even broadcast as well. Some growers use Super S blended with MAP or S15, blended with urea, and lots of our growers are actually liquid users who use Super S as their only dry product. Another advantage of Super S is the lower likelihood of caking during humid conditions. That is often the case with ammonium sulfate. During wet seasons, sulfate leaching can be a real concern. While Super S is in elemental form, leaching is eliminated, and as Super S converts from S to sulfate form throughout the season, the likelihood of any leaching is small. I think this is something we have seen in Alberta this last year, with growers spreading fines, a lack of S availability throughout the growing season. Super S is an excellent alternative to combat this situation. I won't spend a lot of time on this slide, but just wanted to illustrate the difference quickly in the micron size between Super S and sulfur bentonite 90. where Super S has an average micron size of 30 to 40. This compares with 200 to 300 with the typical Sulphur 90 products. Human hair, for example, has a micron size of 80. This gives you an idea on how the Super S can so quickly break down and become plant available. Here are the results of an oxidization trial done using the probe test, PRS, which was created by the University of Saskatchewan. You can see the results, the expected release of the Super S in normal conditions. Some of the Super S is plant available within days of planting and continues to release over the course of the growing season. Growers often ask, how can you use Super S? As discussed on slide 5, the product can be blended with most common fertilizers, including urea, coated with nitrogen stabilizers. The product has immense flexibility. We have even seen some growers using a fall or spring spread blend of Sulphur 90 and Super S, with the Super S providing the year 1 availability and the Sulphur 90 year 2 and so on. Here on the right hand side you can see a blend of Super S with urea coated with our nitrogen stabilizer, which is a combination of our triple kick nitrogen stabilizer and our Magnetar humic and fulvic acid solution. In terms of results, what we have consistently seen is equal or higher tissue tests, soil results, and yields with Super S compared to ammonium sulfate. Here's an example of a third-party trial done by ICMS in 2018 on canola. And furthermore, where would we be without our growers and our retail partners? Here are some comments from those who have used the product. Some growers now on their 3rd season of Super S, retailers as well. You can see Matt Owens from Emerge Ag said, we are now in our 3rd season of using Super S. The low salt index and high S content are a perfect fit for our growers. Brandon Sundquist in Watrous, Saskatchewan said, we liked handling less product and our canola is probably the best we have ever seen on the farm. We also had a retailer in Saskatchewan who said, we had a customer whose ammonium sulfate blends were causing troubles in the drill this spring. After we switched the ammonium sulfate over to Super S in the blend, all the problems went away. Now, at this point in the presentation, you may be saying to yourself, Ross, this is all fine and dandy, but how can I access this Super S product? Well, the answer is easy. We have many retailers across Western Canada offering Super S, and some of these include Blair's Ag, Emerge Ag in Eston, Warrington Agro in Turtleford, Pro Soils in Rose Valley, Sharp Soil Service, select co-op locations including Minto, Manitoba, Shellbrook, Lake Lenore, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and St. Isidore in Peace Country, Alberta. Feel free to reach out to any of these distributors, and if there's not a distributor in your area, feel free to contact us and we can see what we can do. You can visit our website at northernnutrients.com for more information, including some briefings on our other products, such as the Magnetar humate-based seed nutrition or our all-in-one phosphate starter. Thank you for your time, and go Flames go!